What if Spider-Man's next battle isn't just against one villain, but against an entire city's chaos, or even his friends could be the enemy? For weeks, whispers have been echoing across fan forums, sightings on busy streets, mysterious tanks rolling through New York, and a brand new Spider-Man suit that's already sparking heated debates. But behind all the hype, there's something bigger brewing. Marvel and Sony aren't just making another sequel, they're setting the stage for one of the most explosive superhero clashes we've ever seen. And from what's leaked so far, this time, Spider-Man isn't swinging into a simple fight. He's walking straight into a war. And it all started with a reveal that no one saw coming. The suit reveal that shook fans. When the first photos of Tom Holland in his brand new Spider-Man suit hit the internet, it wasn't because Marvel dropped a polished teaser. It was because dozens of fans, phones in hand, caught him in action on the streets. The big reveal didn't come from a glossy poster, it came from raw, unfiltered set pictures snapped in broad daylight. Filming had moved to Glasgow, but the streets were dressed to pass as New York City, American flags draped across buildings, yellow taxis at every corner, even authentic license plates. And here's the kicker, Marvel and Sony knew the public could see it all. In fact, it felt less like they were trying to hide the new look, and more like they were putting on a show. Fans lined the sidewalks, meeting cast and crew, waving to Tom between takes. If this was a spoiler leak, it was the friendliest one in Marvel history. Some insiders even suspect the early suit reveal was deliberate, a PR move designed to build hype and take control of the conversation before blurry spy shots could steal the moment. And judging by the reaction online, it worked. The suit wasn't just spotted, it was celebrated. A tank, a chase, a mystery. Just when fans thought they'd seen the biggest surprise, the set delivered something far wilder, a full-scale tank rumbling through the streets with police cruisers in hot pursuit. This wasn't a quiet dialogue scene. This was an all-out, high-octane chase, the kind that makes you feel the pavement shake just by watching. Sharp-eyed fans noticed something unusual on the tank's armor, a red skull with two sharp horns, spray-painted on the side. That detail wasn't random. It was the calling card of the Inner Demons gang, a nod that instantly had comic book readers pointing to one man, Mr. Negative. But here's where the story twists. Industry insider Daniel RPK had already hinted at a shocking player in this sequence, Frank Castle, the Punisher. According to the rumors, the Punisher isn't here as Spider-Man's ally. At least not yet. He may be the one driving that tank, gunning straight for the Inner Demons in his own brutal brand of justice. That's when Tom Holland's stunt sequence comes in, and yes, it was him, not just a double. Rigged up to an elaborate harness, Holland leapt onto the moving tank in broad daylight. No green screens. No safe studio floor. Just an insane setup that showed exactly why he's still one of Marvel's most committed stars. The villains are multiplying. From official announcements, we already know Scorpion and Tarantula are back in action. Those names alone are enough to keep Spider-Man busy for an entire film, but the leaks didn't stop there. Daniel RPK's latest intel added two more to the mix, the ruthless crime boss Tombstone and the unpredictable mercenary Boomerang. 4 villains. 4 completely different fighting styles. And yet, the rumors suggest they might not be working alone. Fans have started connecting the dots to a name that's been circling the Spider-Man franchise for years, the Sinister Six. Whether Marvel and Sony actually use that title or not, the blueprint is there. Multiple threats colliding in the same city, each with their own agenda, but all spelling trouble for Spider-Man. It's almost poetic how this mirrors Sony's long-abandoned Spider-Verse plan. But this time, the MCU is folding these rogues into a single explosive film. It's tighter, it's riskier, and frankly, it's the kind of gamble fans have been waiting for. Heroes. Or enemies? Reports and insider leaks point to a wild lineup, the Hulk, the Punisher, and possibly even Daredevil all in the same film. On paper, that sounds like a dream team. In practice, it's a recipe for a massive street-level civil war. Early plot details hint that these characters don't start as allies. Instead, they're thrown into the same battleground for different reasons, each chasing their own target. The Punisher wants to wipe out the Inner Demons with zero mercy. Spider-Man is trying to stop the escalating violence before civilians get hurt. Daredevil, if he appears, will be operating within his own moral code, which often clashes with Frank Castle's. And then there's Hulk, whose very presence means things will get destructive fast. By the midpoint of the film, it's rumored that these heroes will clash just as fiercely with each other as they do with the villains. That means Spider-Man isn't just dodging Scorpion's tail or Boomerang's blades, he's also trying to stop Hulk from smashing Punisher into a crater. The stakes have never been higher. Ever since Spider-Man, Far From Home crossed the billion-dollar mark, every sequel has been carrying a weight of expectation. But the MCU isn't guaranteed a billion-dollar hit anymore, and Sony's solo projects have stumbled. That means Spider-Man 4 can't just be good. It has to be huge. This time, the draw isn't about who's returning from the past. It's about combinations we've never seen before. Spider-Man in the same live-action film as the Punisher and Hulk? That's new territory. Stacking half a dozen villains into one movie without relying on nostalgia? That's risky, and that risk is exactly what could make it work. The director with a plan. The man tasked with turning this chaos into something cinematic is Destin Daniel Cretton, the director who gave us Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. In Shang-Chi, every fight told a story, blending spectacle with emotional weight. That's exactly the approach Spider-Man 4 needs. Leaked footage already shows Cretton pushing for practical stunts wherever possible. Tom Holland isn't just in a harness for the tank sequence, he's leaping onto real moving vehicles. It's a return to gritty, tactile action, combined with the MCU's big-budget scale. Setting up the future. Marvel doesn't make movies in a vacuum, and Spider-Man 4 is no exception. All signs point toward Avengers, Doomsday. Whether it's a mid-credits stinger, a hidden cameo, or a subtle story thread, Peter Parker's next chapter could connect directly to the MCU's larger Avengers storyline. The final question. New suit. New allies. New enemies. And a New York City on the brink of chaos. Spider-Man 4 isn't shaping up to be a quiet return to form, it's a collision course between some of Marvel's most unpredictable characters. The question is no longer whether Spider-Man can survive his next fight. It's whether Spider-Man 4 will redefine what a Marvel blockbuster can be, or set the stage for an even bigger battle to come.